cop?
Let me explain something.
People have accused me of not being a cop my entire career.
Say what you want. I promise you, if he has to be a cop, he could be a cop quickly.
Hey, I got news.
I got faith in that.
I got news for you. He is a cop every minute of every day. Just don't forget that.
Every day.
Happens to be top cop. Speaking of which, today, I thought we talk about TV shows, and us folks out here in the real world that don't know about stuff, we kind of learn what we learn about police and law enforcement from TV shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch Rookie Blue. I'm getting bored with that show. I mean, I love Blue Bloods. That's one of my favorite shows on TV.
Yeah.
And then I'm not a CSI guy and all that stuff. But the cop shows and True Detectives. You brought it up, or I brought it up, and you said, "Yeah, that's a dark show, man."
You know, I've only watched the first 2 episodes of this season, mainly because I don't have HBO. My wife doesn't allow me to have HBO.
Come to my house.
But I watched last year's, and of course, I like
Matthew McConaughey
and Woody Harrelson. I just think they're great.
Yep.
But yeah. But the first 2 episodes so far this year that I was able to watch, it is pretty dark. But
who is it this year? Colin Farrell and Vince Vaughn, and
yes,
and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
I got to start watching that.
And by the way, Colin Farrell.
I agree, brother.
Colin Farrell's already been killed off, but not so fast, my friend. Right? Did you see that part?
You know, buddy, we talked about this before. I don't watch cops.
I know. Yeah, I know. See, I know I get you. But
I watch the mind-numbing reality TV stuff.
Yeah,
Survivor, Big Brother. As embarrassing it is to admit that, but you know, with all the stuff that you deal with during the day, the last thing you want to do is go home and start thinking about stuff.
But this is entertainment. This is mind, sort of frees your mind up, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, some of those reality shows, it's incredibly entertaining because it's like watching a train wreck.
One of the secrets of the life of Greg Graham, and I know this because one of my buddies is.
No, you hang out with Greg all the time. Every time
one of my buddies is a watch party member with Greg.
Yeah.
And we ride him like a rented mule for doing it. Yep. He'll leave us out places, say, "I gotta get home. Big Brother's coming on."
Yeah, but you can't blame him for leaving you guys.
Well, that's
for any reason.
That's probably a good decision.
But Greg, and you know who I'm talking about, buddy, Raymond Andrews. Yeah, they get together and watch.
I saw Raymond at my church last Sunday.
Yeah, Big Brother.
Raymond, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. So I've got some questions today. Actually, it's in our Fake or Factoid section. But we talked about
I haven't played that in a while.
Well, we got you one.
I've been destroying people here lately.
I got one teed up. It's about cops today, mostly.
Oh, I'm going to smoke him.
Yeah, you'll smoke him on this one for sure.
I've had a lot of interaction with cops.
Oh, good point. Never mind.
It's put your hands against the wall.
Yeah, you've only had seen one side of it.
When they pat you down, do they go from the top to the bottom or side to side? Right.
Yeah. So what's going on in the cop shop?
Yeah, buddy, we've been pretty busy. A lot of stuff going on. You know, we did with the cooperation with the sheriff's office, we made some arrests and some robberies. We've been able to charge those kids. You know, I call them kids because they are, but anyway, we've been able to charge them with a couple of different robberies. We've also arrested another guy that's involved with that group and had done
the twins.
Yeah, the twins, and then he did some robberies with them, and he did some robberies on his own. And we've charged him with that. We arrested the guy this past week that we put out during the Confederate flag rally. That had the shotgun.
Had a gun. He was a felon.
We did get that guy.
Yep. Well, we caught him last night. Interviewed him today. Ended up charging him with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Imagine that. He's a convicted felon, and so he's in jail. So I mean, we've been pretty crazy busy for the last couple weeks, and then internally in the department we've had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of retirements, a lot of promotions. We got a bunch of retirements coming up.
Why don't you give me the promotions after the break if you got them?
Yeah.
And I will say Sebastian D. Boswell, 34 Citra, was arrested, as you pointed out last night. So carrying a gun. Why is it that so few people either don't care or don't understand the current gun laws?
Well, I think there's just a lot of misinformation out. One of the things that I get questions on a lot is, where do I register my gun? You don't register guns, at least not in the state of Florida. You imagine? Required people to register their guns. But to me, it's the same thing as just about any other law out there. There's a lot of confusion on a lot of stuff because, instead of people pulling up the Florida state statutes or the federal code, they get their information off the internet or they get it off of Facebook, and there's no telling where these guys and girls are coming up with the information. Yeah. It's like the driving thing about you can't drive barefooted.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, it's not true.
Right, you can drive barefooted. How and
that's why
common sense, although common sense isn't always common.
Right.
How in the world would a cop be able to enforce that? How would we know?
I guess they'd stop you, and if you get stopped, you had
get
no shoes in your car, and
do a wardrobe check. Has that happened to you, Tom?
No.
Wardrobe check. No. Now it would be illegal for Tom to drive.
Well, Tom just being in the car.
I have to be barefoot because I got to pedal the car. I'm with my Flintstone feet.
Flintstones.
I got a rock wheeled car.
That'd be fun to go over some of these mythological laws that people say, what you can do, what you can't do, and so on and so forth. Sometime we'll do that laws. But the gun thing is pretty serious. And, I guess if you're a felon, you don't care. I don't know, but he's carrying a gun. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's it's pretty cut and dry. And the thing is and one of the funniest things that you'll hear from these guys is, well, I don't own the gun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
loaded.
I'm not charging you with owning it.
Yeah.
I'm charging you with having it in your hands.
Not mine. It's not my dope in the front seat.
What was
on my pants?
G. Gordon Liddy used to always say, I'm a convicted felon, so I can't own any guns. Miss Liddy owns a bunch of them.
That's right. That's not mine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be yours. It's in your hand. So, But yeah, that's the big thing. And if you get convicted for a felony, you can't possess a firearm.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So, all right, we come back. I want to talk to you about promotions. Also, this story making the rounds today all over the place on your Facebook page, on several other places, about a woman cop who did something, a random act of kindness, is getting a lot of attention. I want you to talk about it.
Sure.
Tiana S. Green, okay? And what she did, apparently?
Well, no, Tiana Green was the citizen.
That's what she saw.
She's the citizen that took the picture. Yeah.
She saw she's the one who took the picture and posted it, right? I didn't mean it. But I want to talk to you about your officer.
Sure.
Who did this and how unusual it was. And by the way, props to Sergeant Erica Hay for what she did.
She is awesome.
We'll talk about that later. Plus, we got lots more TV reviews of cop shows coming up next, right here. What next? With Greg Graham, the Chief of Police, right here on Ask the Cops, presented by Daniel L. Hightower.
Lawyer fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. You're listening to us on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, in everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Do you experience body aches, joint, or muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia. Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Rinstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. The next drink is on Dave Del Rio at Eaton's Beach Sandbar & Grill. Just ask him for it. But don't wait. Show up soon because this offer isn't going to last very long. Eaton's Beach Sandbar & Grill will be filling up fast because their friends from the north are headed back that way soon. The good news is that seating is now available and Dave's buying the first drink. If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar & Grill and couldn't get in, Now you can see firsthand what your friends have been talking about. Great food. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Floresiana menu. Great location. Check out those gorgeous sunsets over Lake Weir. Great people. Starting with Chef Dave Del Rio, who began his career in 1978. This spicy guy has been instrumental in opening over 100 restaurants. And he's buying you a drink. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill, where there's little or no waiting these days. Come see what started out as Jay Eaton's dream almost 90 years ago. It's more awesome than ever.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
On Mondays, AM Ocala Live, Bern Paresa will be in the studio with Robin and me. She's our medical reporter. She'll be talking to us about medical providers right here in our community.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events served bite-sized.
And then historian Sarah Moore is coming on. She's talking about her book, Flying Colors. It's the story of Lieutenant Colonel Victor Tatelman, and guess what? He's coming on as well. He flew more than 120 missions while serving 2 tours of duty in the Pacific in World War II, and then again in the Pacific during the Korean War. He earned many air medals. Wait till you hear this interview.
Have all of your vehicle questions answered by Matt Gibbs on Auto Repair with Personal Care.
And then John Townsend will be on with us. Wait until you hear his story. He's an advocate for organ donations. He lost his son and his wife to an accident and then donated their organs. He's coming on with Christine Neal. She's the public relations manager at TransLife Organ and Tissue Donation Services. All of that plus Fun with Joe on Mondays, AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Back Ask the Cops was ended by Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. The random act of kindness reference got the attention of one Angie Lewis, State Farm Agency, who can't wait to hear the story of what the sergeant did and what Tiana Green posted, saw a picture of today. And I'll let you tell the story, but this involves something that you just don't think of when you think of cops.
Yeah, well, Sergeant Hay, Erica Hay, she's awesome. She's a great person. She's a great cop. She's a lot of fun to work with, and she does a lot of stuff in the community. In fact, one of the I guess what I really want to say is this wasn't a random act of kindness for her. I mean, this is something she does.
Really?
She actually coaches a soccer team with a female soccer team, a girls soccer team, and all of the players live in Parkside Gardens, minority kids. And Erica's always doing stuff in the community. She's a hell of an athlete as well. I was telling you on the break that she competes in the Highland Games. And this
they
past
those big old posts and stuff running around those great big old heavy things.
Caber toss, yeah. In fact, caber toss.
Wow.
Caber toss. She was part of a world record caber toss event where they had like 100 or so many people that did this at the same time. But she was in Ireland this past year competing in the World Games and set a couple of world records and won. But on her way to the stadium, she actually was involved in a head-on car crash. She broke her nose. She was barely able to get to the stadium on time, and then walked out on the field and set a world record with a broken nose. So anyway, the other day, she saw a homeless guy. Was going to Dunkin' Donuts or wherever she went to get breakfast. So she bought him breakfast too, came back, sat down with him, and was eating with him. and it looked like I'm not sure where it was, but it was an abandoned gas station. And a citizen rode by. I didn't know her name. Green is her name. I understand she's a probation officer. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
And snapped the picture. And
Tiana S. Green.
Tiana S. Green. Posted it on our Facebook page, and then actually sent it to us. And Sergeant Scrubble put it on our Facebook page, and then I guess it's kind of
viral.
Yeah. Sergeant Scrubble told me today we had 100,000 hits on it already. But fun. You know, but the thing about Erica is she's that way all the time, and it's not something that, you know, she just did once or twice. I mean, she does stuff like that all the time, and you know, she was a little. I won't say she was upset. She was a little embarrassed when, you know, everybody starts asking her about it, and she really doesn't want the recognition or anybody knowing. I mean, that's just the way she is. And you know, one of the rules we have at the department is we treat everyone with respect. Everybody matters. Everybody's opinion counts. Nobody's better than anybody else. And you know, she doesn't do that because she buys into the philosophy of the department. She does that because that's been her for her entire life. It's how she was raised. Her mother actually works for us as well. Her name's Brenda Yannick. She's one of our evidence technicians, and it's just a great family, and she's a great cop and really a great person, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be able to work with her.
You know, this is such a good story at this time.
Sure.
Given the current situation in this country, that a lot of police departments, yours not being one of them, is really having a difficult time, especially when it comes to the situation with African Americans and what's going on. And I just want to emphasize what you said. It wasn't a random act of kindness. It was an act of kindness. Because here's the quote. She says, at first, Sergeant Hay was very reluctant to speak to, I'm going to give credit where it was. Ocala Post is where it was posted. Because she did not want the attention, and she was extremely humble about the situation, just like you said. Mm-hmm. And here's what she told Ms. Green. I absolutely did not do this for attention. I was headed to Dunkin' Donuts to get breakfast when I saw this man sitting by himself. So I decided to buy him breakfast. I then went over, sat down, and ate breakfast with him. She went on to say he turned out to be a very nice man who just had a sad story. He is a person. She said, I never met the man until today.
Right. And, you know, and this is something that I preach to, you know, the people that I hire, preach to the people in the organization. I spoke at the Police Academy graduation last night, and I spoke about this as well. But, you know, the thing that drives it home for me, and it should for everybody, you know, the whole we're all human, everybody's, you know, everybody matters, everybody's opinion counts, nobody's better than anybody else, was the video that came out of the homeless guy in Orlando playing the piano.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people we have in our community, in our society, who, because they've made bad decisions and they've gone to jail, or they've, you know, they've been arrested, or they're in, you know, hospitals, or they're homeless? You know how many Rembrandts are out there? How many Beethovens are out there? How many people that could be world leaders are out there that are just they're minimized and they're thrown away because
scrap heap of life.
Right, because, you know, we have a bizarre perception that they're beneath us. I just never believed that.
Boy, you preaching to the choir. I love that, because I truly in my heart believe that. There's so many talented people who just need a chance.
Absolutely.
You mean the guy? There was a guy in Orlando that did the piano too, or because there was one in Sarasota?
Okay, it was Sarasota. No, it was Sarasota.
Oh yeah. Because they put pianos just randomly in downtown.
Yeah, he started playing.
Donated pianos.
And let me tell you.
He played it magnificently.
Well, and that's the whole thing is, you know, I have no talent at all as it relates to musical instruments or anything like that. And it drives me nuts. And it drives me crazy when people can just sit down and play like that, because you want to look at them and go, seriously, dude, how do you know? How do you do that? But it just drives that point home of, you know, everybody matters. Nobody's better than anybody else.
My grandma used to say, it's the old adage, it's been around forever. Don't ever judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
Open the pages and read it.
Yep.
Redemption's a wonderful thing too.
Yeah.
And to see people get a second chance or a third chance, and good for the sergeant. I mean, Sergeant, hey, I'm sure she'll be hearing. I can just tell by Angie's hand signals. She says, I mean, she'll be hearing from Angie Lewis sometime soon. Yet she's the type of person that doesn't want any attention, and that's the whole point. We've had people who ask them to come on and receive an award. They said, I don't want any award.
You know, and it's great that was captured or caught. You know, but there's acts like that throughout the community that a lot of the officers do. I got an email not too long ago, and unfortunately I wasn't able to figure out who this was, but it was from a guy and his wife. He's a retired service. He was in the military, and he's having lunch, and two of my officers were having lunch near him, and they bought his lunch, and got up and left really quickly, and they told the waitress not to tell him who it was, but the waitress said, well, it was two female officers. Well, we couldn't, and I didn't want to put an email out in the organization going, hey, who were you that did this? But the email that I got from this guy was just, it was great. It was what it did for him and how much it meant to him that, you know, he was recognized, and not only by that, but by two police officers. And you're right, buddy. I mean, the way we get vilified these days throughout the entire nation, we're vilified for doing our job. Yep. And in the meantime, we're being stalked, we're being ambushed, we're being run over, like the Orlando officer the other night, and we're being murdered. You know, all because we're trying to do our job. And that's not to say that we don't have cops out there that don't do the right thing. We do. We don't at my department, at least. I hope not.
Well, I think you're very fortunate and blessed. That ought to go viral. That needs to go up to CNN or someplace else, because that's the kind of story that America needs to see about Ocala, and not the story of the Confederate flag going back up, which is just killing us. Stories like that, you know. I'm a Southerner. I'm a proud Southerner, but we know the story of the flag, and what we did was an embarrassment to our community. So I'm just going to say that, let it go. I don't get in that discussion again. We come back, we're going to talk about stress. I know about stress. I work with Tom every day. Okay, I'm just saying that's how it goes.
It's a two-way street, pal.
But we'll talk about that, and we talk about it here on this show. And I've even got a quiz on our Fake or Factoid, and it involves stress. You talked about it a lot here on this show.
Yep.
And there's a few things that we're going to learn about today, and anything else that might be of interest. The Chief is here, Greg Graham, on Ask the Cops, presented by Daniel L. Hightower,
lawyer fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. You're listening to it on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our two Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, in everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Do you experience body aches, joint or muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia. Renstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Renstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Renstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Renstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Chattanooga remains in shock after yesterday's shootings at 2 military sites, killing 4 Marines. Police Chief Fred Fletcher says enforcement agencies are putting their full weight behind the investigation.
I've been a police officer in 3 different decades. I've been a police leader for a long time. I have never seen an investigation as aggressive, robust, and thorough as this one is and will be.
The suspect, Mohammed Youssef Abdulaziz, was killed by police. Some frozen chicken products being recalled.
The U.S. Agriculture Department says it found a link between frozen chicken from Illinois-based Aspen Foods and 3 people sickened by salmonella in Minnesota. So Aspen is recalling nearly 2 million pounds of frozen chicken products. This covers multiple brands, including Safeway Kitchens, Kirkwood, Roundy's, and Spartan.
Fox Radio's Lisa Brady. CBS has shut down its online photo service as a precaution, warning customers that may have suffered a data breach. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies, and rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, for a man age 45 non-tobacco user, it's $1 million of coverage and $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-862-8376. That's 1-800-862-8376. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Term Busters at 1-800-862-8376 or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-862-8376. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. 12 climate-controlled state-of-the-art lanes. R&D Tactical Solutions, full retail store, everything from firearms to CCW classes. Located next to the Supervisor of Elections. Open 9 to 7 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturdays, and 10 to 4 Sundays. Call 622-7468. R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. Call 622-7468.
Come join New Mail Medical for their town hall at Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane, Tuesday, July 21st and Wednesday, July 22nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Join renowned expert Dr. Christopher Asandra and get your questions answered. He will be discussing the importance of hormonal replacements and common misconceptions for men and women, as well as the importance of sexual health and anti-aging. Now, dinner and refreshments will be provided for those in attendance, along with door raffles and giveaways. But seating is limited, so please call today to reserve your space at the Golden Corral in the Villages on Wedgwood Lane. Call today, 404-4779. That's 404-4779. One more time, 404-4779. And make plans to join New Mail Medical.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Coloring helps our brain downshift to more soothing alpha waves. That's because filling in the lines requires just enough concentration to keep your brain focused without risking any burnout. Lower testosterone means a man is less likely to stray and look for other mates after he becomes a father. Are your lips always dry or chapped? That is usually the first sign of dehydration.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala, Ask the Cops, and this is also the Friday Drive. That means it's time to talk to our friend Chris Spears at Prestige Auto, who I don't know if he's out there working today or not, but I guarantee you one thing, there's somebody who will sell you a car, whether Chris is there or not. So let's go out live to the hotline and talk to Chris Spears from Prestige Auto. How are you?
Good, sir. No, I'm on point today. I did send my girls off to volleyball camp up in Jacksonville about 11 o'clock, but I'm right here with you guys, and wouldn't miss the chance to be on Ask the Cops and the #1 rated show at Ocala at this hour, and due to the guys you got on there. But all is good, and we are serving some customers at this moment also.
Now you got Greg Graham's attention. As soon as you said that, he started listening. Before
number one radio show. Hey. I'm not sure what poll he's looking at, but I'll go with it.
Yeah, it's good to be with you. Let's we're midway through the summer. You know, people getting ready now to get ready for school, need a little transportation, going back to work. Those who have the summer off, what have you. You got any good deals out there?
Yes, sir. You know, I buy nice cars, but not to keep. And always pleasant surprises come around. I think I've got about 111 or 12 vehicles in today, but it's the people that we get to take pictures of. We had a local ministry church get a 15-passenger van to expand their youth program yesterday. That was awful exciting. And at this moment, I've got a young lady here, first-time buyer with her mom, and about an hour and a half ago, a salesman at one of the big box stores called me and said, "We don't have any way to serve these folks. Can I send them to see you?" And I've got about 2 or 3 folks at each dealership to do that. And there she's already picked the car out, and we're in the process of getting the paperwork ready for her now. So yes, sir, we've got some cars, but it's the people and solving the problems that what we come to work for.
Yeah, you know, Greg, here's the thing. He sold his pastor a car last week, so you know that car's got to be right, right?
Yeah, it better be right.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, they texted me yesterday. They were up in Kentucky on vacation, and they were about 3 hours down the road traveling, and both of them gave me a little shout out on the phone that this vacation is this trip is so much nicer in the newer Sienna than the one they left behind. But to God be the glory on that.
Well, I know you do a lot of good stuff in the community, and you got your girls playing basketball, and meanwhile you find a little time to pick out a car for our family and make them happy. So we always love chatting with you on Fridays, and
yes,
I'll be about to see you here in a couple of weeks, I think. So I know you got some good cars out there. I'm going to be kicking some tires. So
yes, sir.
Always good to talk to you. Go ahead.
And we help folks solve service problems real quick in here. And I had a good friend of mine, Eddie Ray. His dad used to own Sports City, Bill Ray, and he'd bought his wife not too long ago a late model SUV. I'll leave the brand out of it. And their dog had chewed the vent hose in the gas tank, and he went back and they quoted him $1,400 to fix that. And I came up here, we put it up on our rack. We went down to the parts department and bought the $20 hose and put it on. And he just texted me later, a big thanks. And had nothing to do with me selling him a car, just being a good neighbor. So if some of your listeners out there looking at a repair quote that seems a little steep at this hour, then I'll be happy to peek at it with them and just see if there's not a more modest route.
Well, that's precisely what I'm talking about. I'm coming to see you about. So that and to look at some cars. So, Chris, it's great to have you on. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, you can catch him out at Prestige or go online, prestigeforyou.com. Check out why they call him the Yes Man. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks to our men in there, too, that keep Ocala safe.
Got it. Time you have a British Open update?
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Georgia Spieth teed off about 12:50.
Yeah, they're way behind time.
He parred his first 2 or 3 holes. He was 2. We'll get it later. All right, back to Greg Graham. We got it all in here, Greg. Let's talk a little bit about what causes stress. I read a survey today about the things that cause stress for cops. And I'm not going to give all of them away now, but I'm going to mention one. And here is one of them that I think you are very good about into your department. And one of the 4 things I read that cause stress, lack of support by the department superiors.
That is huge. And I mean, you hear that from all across the nation, and even, growing up in the organization. These guys and girls, it's a hard job. People think that it isn't as hard as it is, but I mean, we have to be just about everything to everybody, and everybody expects us to be, basically you're omnipresent. When you show up, you already know everything, and you always make the right decision. And, one of the things that I tell everybody, or I tell the people in my department is, I know you're going to make mistakes, and I'm okay with you making mistakes, and I know that's going to happen because I make mistakes. I'm human, but there are 2 kinds of mistakes. There are mistakes of the head, which is, doing something boneheaded, crashing a car, not turning a report in on time, misspelling words or something like that. But then there are mistakes of the heart, lying, cheating, stealing, doing something for personal gain at someone else's expense. you know, the heart mistakes are usually fatal. The head mistakes, you know, almost always are forgivable, sometimes with consequences, but you can survive them. And you know, and I support the men and women there that work incredibly hard as much as I can. I hold them accountable when they need to be held accountable. But you know, it's like I liken it to raising, and you know, although this sounds so condescending, but raising kids where when you believe in your kids more than they believe in themselves, they will astonish you. You believe in the people that you work with more than they believe in themselves, and they do truly will astonish you. They want you to be proud of them. They want to do the right thing. You just got to let them do it. And so, you know, I was joking to somebody the other day, this is going to sound horrible, but, you know, I wish growing up in my organization, I would have been able to work for somebody that had the philosophy that I have.
Yeah, I can understand that.
You know, because I would have loved it.
Yep.
You know.
And there's those costly mistakes, the ones of judgment that really can be really costly. Talk about you, not necessarily the most costly, but and don't tell me the officer's name or rank. What was one of the toughest things for you to do to have to? Unfortunately, a good cop, which so many times that's the case, makes a bad decision and ruins his career.
You know, I can think of several times where, you know, it wasn't the thing that the officer did initially that caused them the problem, but it was the lie that they told afterwards. And that's the one thing that I tell them is that, you know, own what you do, own your decisions. As long as it's a mistake of the head, chances are we can survive that. But you know, the lie afterwards is fatal for the most part. You know, I think the worst one I ever had was when I was in Cedar Rapids. You know, it was a 17, 18-year police officer who actually was a canine officer that, you know, and I still, and this is all public record, so I'm not speaking out of school, but he's in training one day. He gets done with training. It was Cinco de Mayo. You know, it was May 5th. We get a call later that afternoon from a guy, a 911 call, and they say, "Hey, we think somebody's stolen one of your patrol cars." You know, we're on our dispatcher's talking to him, and why is that? Well, there was a guy that just pulled up with two girls in his car, in a marked police car, at a bar, and he's out. He got out of the car, walked into the bar, and he's bellied up to the bar doing shots. So we think your car was stolen, right? So of course we think the car's stolen too. So we send people over there, and sure enough, it was one of our officers that. And I ended up terminating him, but you know, you look at him and go, "What were you thinking?
What was he thinking about?
What were you doing?"
Yeah, really.
And he just really didn't have a good answer for it. And you know, he said some stuff that wasn't necessarily true during the investigation. So you know, it wasn't that difficult of a decision to make to terminate him. It was just a shame that I still don't know what his deal was and with his lapse of judgment.
Not a lapse of judgment. That's just losing your mind.
Well, and the thing is, buddy, is he parked the patrol car
right in front
at the front door.
That's good.
And when he walked in, there was probably 15 or 20 people milling around, and you don't think one of those people? I mean, that's what's going through my head is, dude, you don't think one of these guys or girls is going to call and tell us that you're there doing that? You know, so. And up to that point, he was actually a pretty good officer and didn't.
Please
have a whole lot
don't
of
tell
trouble.
me when they walked into the bar and said, "What are you in here with these girls?" He said, "What girls?"
Yeah. Well, he had a lapse of memory about the girls, and that was part of the other problem that he had. But you know, anytime you're dealing with disciplinary issues or holding people accountable, you know, it's difficult because you know that whatever decision you make to hold them accountable, it doesn't just affect them. Right. It affects their family. It affects their kids. It affects the other officers in the department. You know, but you know, if you've got good fundamentals in the organization and people know where the lines are, you know, they usually do a pretty good job of staying within those lines. But every now and then you'll have somebody that does something crazy, and you got to do what you got to do to maintain the integrity of the organization.
Of course, people love to see cops take a fall, as you know. Many of them do. And so that's the embarrassing thing about it when it happens. Greg Graham, Chief of Police for Ocala, on the program, as he is every other week right here on the Voice of Ocala. That Ask the Cops, presented by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer fighting for accident victim justice. Since 1976, we come back, we'll play Fake or Factoid, and mostly about cops, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. WOCA, The Source.
Are you looking for a durable farm fence to keep your horses enclosed, or a beautiful vinyl fence to give that finishing touch to your home? Seminole Fence has over 20 years of experience in providing quality fence products and services for farm and residential properties. Let them surround your property with a fence that provides privacy, security, and stunning appeal. Don't wait. Contact them today at 352-208-0959 for a free estimate. Seminole Fence, working hard to build fences and harder to build relationships.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Your quality of life is meant to be fully enjoyed each day. The doctors at Ayers Global understand that and strive to provide a quality of life for you that has no equal. Ayers Therapeutic Services combines naturopathic and family medicine to help all your health needs. Diabetic management, hypertension, pain management, and anti-aging are just a few of the services offered by the Ayers family. Call 352-512-0222 today, and Ayers Therapeutic Services will help you begin to understand that better health begins with you.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
I'll go back to Ask the Cops, presented by Daniel L. Hightower, lawyer fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Just back from up in Birmingham and Hoover, Alabama, and the SEC Media Days, and you're going to come with me next year.
Yes, I am. And before you get going, I want the record to reflect that you said that we were going to play Fake or Factoid, right?
They did.
And Tom Schmitz
not here,
bolted out of the room.
He didn't show.
Ran.
He didn't show. It's a forfeit.
Ran out of the room.
It's a forfeit, I think.
It is a forfeit.
It's over now. He wasn't here.
Number one fan came by.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's you forfeited.
He said to tell Buddy Martin that he loves him and
yeah, I know, but
day.
you had we called a forfeit while you were gone.
That's our number one fan right there. I'll gladly forfeit to go say hello to our number one fan.
Alex, all right, Alex, a good guy. We'll give you a pass on that. Okay, you guys ready to play?
I'm ready.
24 music going here, and see if we get that little noise.
Hey, well, why are you? Luke needs to keep score, don't I?
got it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
You might get pencil whipped.
Hey, what I got in my hand? A pencil with an eraser. Watch out.
Here we go. Fake or factoid? Police officers are increasingly more educated, more likely to engage in regular programs of exercise, and to consume less alcohol and tobacco, and are increasingly family-oriented. Fake or factoid? Tom?
Well, that's a fact.
You know, with all that list of stuff, though, I'm starting to think that it's probably not, but I'm going to go it's a fact.
Oh, ye of little faith. It's factoid. You had to get that one right.
Well, got it. I kept thinking about, well, I'll tell you who I was thinking about, and it didn't fly.
That's okay.
Right.
We'll get it after the break. You can talk about that. I'm going to go on to the next question. Number 2. Listen closely. Twice as many former cops go into security as they do continuing education, teaching, and communications. Fake or factoid?
Fact.
That's a fact.
It's fake.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a lot of former cops that are security guards.
I said twice as many. Remember?
Oh, twice as many that go into one or the other. Okay.
All right, both of you got a miss. 3. In August 2014, the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, revealed that 8 out of every 10 law enforcement officers were overweight. Fake or factoid?
80%?
Fake.
That's what I said. Tom says fake. What do you say?
I got 80%. That's too high. Mm-hmm. That's a fake.
You sure? Everybody to change their answer?
Yeah, he's trying to get us to change.
You should have, because it's fact.
80%
of all the cops in the country are
FBI
fat.
revealed that 8 out of every 10 enforcement officers were overweight. It could be 5 pounds.
I probably shouldn't have eaten that donut when I walked in there. Huh? Great.
Here we go. Number 4. The first. By the way, you both got 2 misses, I think.
I know. Yeah. I shouldn't be missing any of these.
Yeah. Don't let him beat you in this. Please.
I know.
The first New York City Police Commissioner, Sean Flannery, rose to fame as a boxer and was a 6-time Golden Gloves champion. Tom, fake or factor?
Fake.
All right, I'm going to say fact. I've never heard of him, but.
Never heard of Sean Flannery?
No.
That's because it's fake and you're out. It's fake. All right.
Destroying people.
I was trying to make it different.
Gloves hadn't been. They better
play the rules.
I don't know. I'm not a boxer. I got a guy on my staff that I could have asked that. He would have known because he's a boxer.
Here's the deal. When that situation, when you're tied, you always go same as him. That way you can't lose.
Oh,
yeah, all right, here was the last one. The leading causes of stress are, and I told you, this is fake or factor, one of them already, the fear of killing someone in the line of duty, and feeling at least partially responsible for getting your partner or somebody else killed in the line of duty. Fake or factor?
That's a fact.
That is fact. Exactly. Correct. Okay, the number we would have asked is, do you know a $30 supply of raw popcorn translates into how much in sales at movie theaters? $30 of raw popcorn translates into how many dollars in sales? Write it down. Think about it. How many? That's the number tonight. How much in sales for $30 worth of raw popcorn? You got 10 seconds.
3,000.
7,000.
He got it on the number. 3,000 exactly. There you go. All right. Thanks to the Chief of Police, Greg Graham, Ask the Cops, our sponsor, Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for action and victim justice since 1976. Stay tuned. Coming up next, it's a replay with Tom on the Restaurant Food Show, followed by Southern Pigskin tonight right here on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Whenever you're searching for an attorney, you want somebody with knowledge who has a commitment to our community and our state. Such is the case with Daniel L. Hightower, PA lawyer, in everything from car and other motor vehicle accidents, work accidents, personal injury, and wrongful death cases. Daniel L. Hightower also handles Social Security disability and bankruptcy. Call him today at 352-629-7777 or check out danhightower.com. Daniel L. Hightower, fighting for accident victim justice since 1976. Do you experience body aches, joint or muscle pain all over your body? Does it keep you up at night, interfere with your day, and leave you feeling tired and in pain? You could be suffering from fibromyalgia. Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala is conducting a research study of investigational medication for individuals between the ages of 18 and 75 who have had widespread body pain or tenderness for at least 3 months. Qualified participants will receive study-related medical care and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation for time and travel will be provided, and insurance is not necessary to participate. If you experience body aches or suffer from fibromyalgia and would like to find out more information about this fibromyalgia study, please call Rinstar Medical Research in Ocala at 352-629-5800. That's Rinstar Medical Research, 352-629-5800. Rinstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today.
Do you remember when summer was a celebration? You know, no schools, no worries, just days packed with your favorite pastime. It was the splendid season you dreamed of all year long. But as you got older and busier, the summer seemed to lose its sparkle. Where did those carefree days go? Well, they're closer than you think. Summer's still sensational at Golden Ocala Golf.